Merry meet, Annie here. It's Monday on Pagan Perspective. I have put the subject for this week in the box below. I'm going to start doing that so we don't constantly say the question over and over again every time we do a video, because I know you get tired of hearing the question. The question's very interesting, and I've typed it and put it below. And the question actually goes back to a discussion we've already had, probably 2 or 3 times, about the Rede. And the last time we touched on the Rede, it was about self-harm, and if it fell under the Rede. And I think all of us, even if the Rede was not part of our practice, felt spiritually that self-harm was not part of the spiritual way we celebrate, even though we have varying paths here on Pagan Perspective. So there's that. And I do find that to be very different than the question about BDSM. I'm going to assume that if we have folks coming together, exploring that world, that it is totally consensual. And by that I don't mean just that someone says yes, because there can be a bit of coercion in somebody saying yes. But if someone's heart and soul and body is committed to this, truly at the level of that kind of openness and trust with the other or others they are involved with, I can't see how it would be against the Rede. And I can say that even though BDSM has never been and will never be part of Annie's existence. It is not something that has ever held, nor will it ever hold any interest for me. I don't have an opinion about what others do when it comes to anything which is that totally consensual. My only opinion is that indeed it is, at the heart and soul level, consensual. And if there is no harm, then it would not be against the Rede. The only time I can see it against the Rede would be if one's relationship with one's body is such that you can only be in a place of ecstasy or sexual enjoyment at the extreme level. Because I would then think at the spiritual level of my paganism, not specifically at the level of the Rede, but at the spiritual level of my pagan spirituality, would be to explore why one can't be totally able to get to the ecstatic point without having to go to an extreme. Now, mind you, it seems like an extreme to me, but that's only because I'm me. I'm not someone who's celebrating that particular way of being with another or others. So there's my short thoughts on it. And at first I thought, did I have enough for a video? And then I thought, hey, it doesn't hurt to put out a perspective that here's a pagan person who can't see when it's truly consensual that it's against the Rede. But it also doesn't hurt, especially with all of you young people who watch. You need to know that here's someone who has been very fulfilled in an entire life of being with and being dedicated to, in love and passion to her partners, who has absolutely no interest in BDSM. It's not a given that it's part of our experience as a pagan. However, there is nothing, to my mind, that is inappropriate for consenting adults to do when it is truly at the level of consensual relationship. Here's my very brief thoughts on this particular subject. I wish you all mirth and reverence. Merry part.